to touch base on a few different areas of concern. Maybe not concern, but areas that I think are the most important here. So I guess it would be the main concern. And where we think we're not only going to go with XRP, we're going to take a look at Ethereum. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. We'll take a brief moment when we get into this analysis a little bit more. We'll even take a look at gold and B2 gold. As I told everybody, it's very dangerous to get rid of B2 gold when it went down to 275 or 276, just because of the cycle we're in right now. And B2 gold has done us proud here as it's come back up today to $2.83. So I like where it's at right there, but that doesn't mean we're out of the woods yet. That doesn't mean that the opportunity to sell, or maybe that it might come back towards us. It just means right now we're out of that neck of the woods and we've made it through the sustainability of a consolidation, which I'm really appreciative of. I've tried to be as straightforward as possible, and today we're going to start to take back the positivity over negativity, no exceptions even from myself. I will know, yesterday I feel like I went out there a little bit on the wrong side of town with the way I was speaking to some. It's not appropriate, and it's not what I'm trying to build in this community. So it starts with me, the leader, to be able to make it positivity over negativity. Whether somebody's bashing me or not doesn't mean that I can openly insult. So, I mean, I can say what I will, but in a different kind of demeanor. So today we're going to start to pull this back in the direction I want it to be in. And it proves time after time after time, if you let somebody else dictate your response, your emotion will never be at the level you want it at. So you have to be in control of your own actions. And then sometimes you just got to openly acknowledge to yourself, to the mirror, to the audience, to the people of the world sometimes. I was outside of myself here a little bit. I was taking on something I didn't want to. And I let it, what's the right word? I let it materialize. There you go. I let it materialize into a way that brings in negativity. See, I might have brought in the wrong people now. The wrong people might have come in the last 24 to 36 hours because of the kind of demeanor I had. So, I'm trying to bring in a different kind of feel here. So today we're going to get into the charts. Yes, that's one thing. But I'm going to start to do it like the first 10, 15 minutes is our opening now. I'm going to do it like this. The first 15 minutes are our opening. The hellos, the intro, this is what we're going to go through. Then we're going to have 15 minutes where it's hardcore charts. Nothing else is going to interrupt us. We're going to do the hardcore charts. That first 15, I can say hello to everybody. I can read through the comments, whatever. But when we get hot and heavy into this, for 15 straight minutes, and I'm not talking about the charts of all charts. I'm talking about 15 dedicated minutes on XRP in a row. We're not going nowhere else. We're not looking at the news of XRP. We're just looking at the technicals, because I believe we're in a very serious moment here, and I have not let off the pedal. I've been very avid saying that XRP is going down likely to 49.6 cents. And we'll go through every reason why I didn't think that this was sustainable, what was going on. This morning we talked about how volume sustains price, or volume dictates price. Right now we had no volume on the uptick, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing right now. And I have a bad feeling that this is just going to get worse and worse and worse. So please make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this live. It's my honor, it's my privilege to have each and every one of you here. Whether you're a new member or an old member that has found their way back to our community, you're both so important to me. The older members have helped me to not only create an identity of the positivity over negativity, but to allow me to give a presentation in that fashion. It wasn't like this 3.5 years ago. It was a lot more like yesterday, if I'm being honest, and then 10 times worse. And they also have allowed us to grow into a way where we have kindness over hate. We do the positivity over negativity. We're winners, not victim here. We don't blame anybody. If we make a mistake, we are accountable for our actions. The exact way that I held accountability when I first started this live. We'll get into not just all of that. We'll get into the mega XRP whales emerge after an 806 million token withdrawal. And then we had 106 million XRP dumped by Ripple whale. Is this a bearish signal or what? Like, to me, we have to be very cautious. We have to be very vigilant. But we also have to stick to a game plan. So for me, that game plan, I feel like it's going to 49.4 or 6 or 8 or wherever the heck it's at right now. Unless it proves otherwise to me. Unless it proves otherwise. And as of right now, it has not. So we'll take a look at what needs to happen. We'll take a look at a possibility. I was hoping that Ethereum would have been around 2,526 still. but of course it's not. Hopefully it goes back up there because I wanted to talk about a trade on Ethereum real quickly, because why it's urgent is I talked about the gap that needed to be filled at 2,600. Actually, it was just below, well, whatever. I had a 2,600 level that I thought it was going to come back up to on the back test. That's where I was going to try to short it, and I screwed it up because I was trying to prepare. That moot point. But it came up to 2,592, and this looks like a bear flag. The only thing that could stop it, it's a little, but that'll be in the later analysis. So that's what I want to do here. Please make sure to hit that like button if you do respect what I do, if you do appreciate the stuff that I do here, or if you want to be part of this beautiful community and help get more people here. Make sure to hit that like button so we are recommended. It simply just means that we've become a bigger part of the analytics. YouTube recommends my content. If you need any proof to that, just look at my first update this morning where nobody hit the like button. Well, not nobody. There was a few, but the morning update only had 92 likes. We only had 676 views. That's the lowest amount of views I had on a morning update. I couldn't even tell you. But it's probably my own fault because I did a short and then I put out another thing right after that. So, I mean, it's, but the likes really do help. The bottom line is the likes do help. So thank you all so much. I'll go back onto my phone because I can't believe it, but I see a few donations already. So please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube recommends this live, and I'll catch you on the other side of this intro. And thank you, Steven, for creating me this intro back in July of 2021. It lives in infamy, and it will always be this station's intro, whether it gets heat, glory, bliss, or a kick in the old grotesques. This will always be the home for our station with this intro. It's so it's just so symbolic. Good evening, 6:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, August 29th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. We're either in the great moment of we're just trying to fleece, heist, and shiest everybody out of their positions here, or we are really building up a bear flag here in these last couple of days. That's going to drop us down into that sub 50 cent range. Should drop Bitcoin down to about 54K. We'll look at that. And should drop Ethereum down around, I believe it was like 2,200 and some change. Well, we'll take a look at it. But for now, I want to say hello to everybody who's taking the time to say hi to me. And this is just how we do things here. Kryptonian, welcome in, and thanks for being in Time Zombie for 3 months plus with the XRP Meteor. Good to see you in here, friend. Mosey here, welcome in along with Wales, Josie Wales. Thank you both for being in Time Zombie for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Sean Crothers, welcome in along with Syrian, both trusted mods in the house. Syrian's also in Time Zombie for their 2nd month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Thank you so much for that, for being very trusted and an integral part of this community. Angela, welcome in, and thank you for being in Time Zombie for 2+ years, love, with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Unbelievable, some of the support here. Unbelievable. Dee Dee, welcome in. We drop, and I can't disagree. Cleo, welcome. Rob Holkaluk and Rockin' XRP Painter, thank you both for being in Time Zombie for 6 months plus with the XRP Predictor. Ring Thane, welcome in. I love you too, brother. Thank you so much for that. Julie, welcome in, and thanks for being in Time Zombie for over 3 years with the XRP Diamond Hands Badge. Says hi from T, which is my son, and that's my significant other, my 5-year-old. Must have her phone right now. Excellent. Jason Sato, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. And little T, if you're watching, I know he's doing his feeding, so push. He likes to push because he's got a G tube in his. It goes right into his, like, in his intestines, and he gets very excited about it now when he gets fed, so it's a cool thing. Chris Miles, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your 2nd month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. It's cool if you go dark. Tom makes you real. Oh, That is very real. It's very true, but at the same time, what makes you even realer is you can combine that hate with love and just bring out positivity. I believe that makes you the strongest and the realest. John Hall, welcome in. Good evening to you, my friend. You are welcome. Cleo, welcome. Oh, if you want hardcore time, just go back to the earlier days, too. That's the difference, though. And we get away from ourselves. Dee Dee, welcome in. Tanya, good evening, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for well over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. Jorge, welcome in. Let's see. Chris Miles, thanks for the $10 donation. Says, up, down, sideways, enjoy the ride. That's all we can do, and thank you so much for that generosity. Sean Paul, welcome in. I really think we see 20s near the election of the 1st of 2025. I mean, we'll go over the scenarios here, how far we could go, but it's not out of the question, that's for sure. We'd have to break down some very serious support, but it's not out of the question. Wow says World War III. I mean, we could be on the brink. JIOV, welcome in. Says cash on in. Go 49 cents. Trusted mod from way back in the day and been in Tom's Army if you need any more proof of how long he's been around. For over 3 years with the XRP Diamond Hands badge. We match a record right now with the most people at the same time in this audience that have the Diamond Hands badge. That's 2. And that's very difficult because I've only had my stuff out for just over 3.5 years, but I've only had memberships, well, almost 3.5 years because I made partner in like a month. JOV, also thank you for the $19.99 donation. I greatly appreciate that. JW, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year, well over 1 year at the I Told You So badge. Love seeing everybody in the house. Jeffrey, welcome in. You indeed are here. Dee Dee, there was an SEC meeting today. I mean, there's always meetings with the SEC. I mean, we can take a look at that when we get into the news coverage for sure. Let's see. Simon B53, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XP Meteor. Mikael, welcome in from Sweden. Messi, welcome. Cobb, thank you for the $5 donation. Hi, Tom. I'm still in rehab. Time is passing like a kidney stone. That's a great analogy. I've never been to rehab in that regard, but I know it is going to be, it's got to be difficult, but I commend you for getting done what needs to be done, my friend. We're with you here in Tom's Army. I appreciate you checking in. The $5 donation is certainly very generous. Your third one on the live streams. But I'm glad that you're getting what you need done. I really am. Like I told you when you were about to go, and I'll continue to say through it, it takes a certain kind of moxie to be able to take care of those issues. I be killing it, welcoming for whatever the rehab's for. We're not speculating. I be killing 3M. Thank you for being a mod as well. It says one last dip. I mean, it's always one last dip until it's not, right? So it's always one last dip. Or we always have this date that's out in front of us until it passes and then there's a new date. So, I mean, it could be one more dip, or it could just be, maybe this isn't a dip. Maybe this isn't the dip. Maybe the dip already happened and this is just the corrections. Maybe the dip was actually 28, 38, 36, or 34. Maybe the ones under sub 40 are the dips. Everything in between, maybe it's just correcting to come back down to the real range. I don't know. I'm starting to see the term one last dip being thrown around here a lot in the mid to late 2024, more than I've ever seen. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Tony Carter, welcome in, and thanks for being in, or Mr. Carter. How dare me, Mr. Carter. Welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for well over 2 years with the XP 589 Moon Badge. Hashtag Mother Second Choice. Very famous artist in the house here from the Outback. Can't go into more details. I will tell you, he lets me play his music, and we do just still have fun with that. George, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor, along with UK Phil in the house. Thank you both for being in Tom's Army for well over 6 months. Ryan, welcome in. So, now that we're pretty much caught up here, I'm turning my phone off, and I'll just speak to everybody as I see them come in. When I dip, you dip, we dip, absolutely. And if we all dip together, we'll rise at the same time, and we'll be ever more grateful. That's the true story. So, XRP right now, what's going on? Down 1.33% here. The problem is here is we're creating a short-term bear flag within another short-term bear flag. It's like the inception here in the house. John Page, welcome in, and morning to you, friend. Sean Crother says, support for sobriety, 9 years, no alcohol for me. Nice work to the person in rehab. Congratulations, Sean. That's music to my heart and my ears. I guess it's positive blood flow into the old heart through the ventricles, but it's music to my ears to hear that, Sean. I'm very blessed that you're in here. You've told your story over and over and over in the beginning to people that wanted to listen, and you talked about how it's possible. It's possible. So here's the issue here, everybody. Here's the issue here. Besides building the power of positivity, we got to speak realistically. Right now, I'm not so happy with what I'm seeing out of XRP. Not because it's breaking down, but because when it actually came down and double tapped, and let's go to the real chart here that we need to look at right now. Because when we double tapped here, it didn't come lower. That's a dead giveaway that this is bearish. That's not a good W reversal. That's a bearish. Unless we say it's coming from here, but then we're not doing due justice. Because then we're just looking for a wick that's out there. But if we actually look at it in the grand scheme, outside of like a few hourlies, could we say maybe that this was an exhaustion wick and it has to come through and exhaust it now? Instead of just being that, oh, in the shorter time frames, we hit a double reverse or the W reversal. I'd rather say, well, we still need to exhaust this. But the problem is here is I'm seeing a lower target than just 55.6 or 55.3. What I'm seeing, and I don't want to see it. I've told everybody from the beginning, I want everybody to make money, but I'm not going to lie to you if it looks like we're going down, because the best way to make money is to know what's happening. 56.6 cents. That technical target drop down is 49.6. And for anybody who was here yesterday, for anybody who's seen any of my updates today, I'll continue to push this point. If it breaks down and you get rejected at 56.68, that signals a drop out of that formation down to 49.6. However, you can't confirm it until you lose, and in current times, you can't confirm it until you lose 55.3 cents. So you signal it with the breach below and a back test, which we've already broken down here a little bit. If it continues, we're signaling a drop to 49.6. By no means is signaling and confirming it the same thing. You confirm it by being rejected and falling back under the 2018 resistance. Now, the problem with that is you may not have just opened up the door to that 49.4. If we don't hold this 100% of the time, if you're trying to prove support here and it's not just a wick down, I'm going to almost, well, let's say 95% of the time, because nothing's 100%. If you don't hold this now, if this isn't a inverse head and shoulders now, which I think could benefit with a pull down here to that 49.4, big time benefit. One, you start coming down into the lower zones. Two, you pull down just a little farther and get everybody nervous, and then you skyrocket out of here. That is how these are meant to be. Left shoulder, head, inverted right shoulder, and bam! Off to the fucking promised land. Excuse my French. Off to the promised land. That's how you get the liquidity pull. Now, anything short of that, if it comes through and we lose like the 494 and we don't, or the 50, you could even come down just slightly below 53, but I think it would have a big impact if it came down to 494 and bounced out of here then. Because then, let's say if it comes down to the 494, what you would see, and let's just draw it out a little bit here real quickly. Now, I'm very passionate about what I do, so it doesn't really bother me, you know, the negativity or the positivity. Either way, I'm coming to an even keel point now, and it's pretty nice that I kind of don't get moved by the positivity or the negativity in a way. It's the genuineness out of somebody now. If I can see genuineness and longevity and consistency, it really makes me feel a cool kind of way. So, and there's two things. Consistency will breed your response. So just by coming here every day, it's going to breed a response because you're in the know. Maybe not in the know of what I do personally, but you're in the know of the market. You're in the know of what's going on with XRP. So you're going to want to stay in the know. It's just like when you go work out. Hey, something bit me. I knew it. I got bit by a spider when I started. A spider bit me right when I started. I knew it. I'm just not having good luck on my lives. It's not good luck at all. Damn spiders, but it's okay. You know what happens. I hope I didn't kill the little fella. I might have, though. I might have. Yeah, he got me good. I'll tell you that much. I seen it right when I started. I got bit. Right there. Might not be able to see it. It's not terrible, just a little itchy. But he definitely got me good. Definitely got me good. I must have sat down where he was at. So let's see. So I just felt my hand was like, I was like, wow, he must have really got me. But if we do this, let's finish this. So if we come through and we've got like this inverse head, we got the inverse left arm, the inverse head, now the inverse right arm. If we do hold this, that would be a decent sign for a bounce up. Bees, and I know I have not had good luck the last couple days. 2 days ago I got stung by a bee, and now I got bit by a spider on the air. And then yesterday, it's likely not a poisonous one. At least not, I'm in Michigan. We do have brown recluses, but what it looked like was just like a genuine spider. It's fine. It looks very normal to one I've had before. It's not very swollen or anything. It's just the fang bite. But anyhow, that's the inversion. So if this creates an inverse head and shoulders, we've definitely got something to speak of here if it does. We definitely would have a nice little bit of positivity and a nice little move up here if we actually do, we get this to happen. Now, I still think it's a better than not odds that we are going to come down to 49.4 cents. Now, that can be vindicated and that can be invalidated if we hold the 55.3 cent area. That's what we need to do. We have a death cross. We've had some bearish signals here, so there's not much we can do about that unless we invalidate this. So, and I firmly believe if we come down through here, we're going to set up this, ooh, got the nice tingling now. But we come down to the 42.2 cent, well, not 42.2, but that's getting towards worst case. But we still have the chance of holding the technical drop down to 49.6. Unless that's broken, we're fine. If we don't break that, we're okay, and we don't need to talk about the lower levels. If that's broken for whatever reason, however, and it'll start to assimilate down there, 40.7. We'll have the rising channel as we've already gotten rejected there now with XRP. Now you would start having the lower support areas. So you'd have, let's take this out a little bit farther because we have a cup and handle. We have a rising channel within as well. And then we have the falling channel. But this would be the handle support now if we were to fall through. And it'd be right at 42.20. Now I'm not going to say we were trying to front run what was happening here. But doesn't this look like a very bearish candle here in the weekly? Like, and I mean very bearish right now. That's a reversal candle at the highest order. That's not good. Daily doesn't look good. We need to reverse this in a quick way if we're not going to come pull down very quick. Oh yeah, and the new monthly, absolutely. Especially with the escrow dump. Ooh, nice. Whatever I did, I made it start going down. I squeezed it and pushed out just in case there was any, like, you know. It's a small amount of venom that they'll put in, but it's not a lot. It wasn't a brown recluse, so I don't really have to worry about it. We have a lot of spiders that'll bite you, but they're not very poisonous, so. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're looking at here for XRP. And there's a few things that we've shown. If we come up a little bit, or if we bounce off of 55.3 and just hold that area, it does give us an actual chance to keep pushing up, but there's a lot of areas that we need to do. Hey, Daniel, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for your second month with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. I greatly appreciate it. Better late than never. Long from 52 down to 49. Yeah, I don't disagree with those. I don't disagree with those areas. So now let's try to see what else is happening with XRP that can try to dictate a positioning for us. Because remember, when we talk about XRP technicals, it's not just XRP's price action in its own. You also have the XRP market cap, and this is what I was getting away from. This is what I mean. By not being in full control of my emotion the last few days, I was getting away from some of the finer points. We hadn't looked at the XRP market cap. We also hadn't looked at the XRP Bitcoin pairing, which was giving us a lot of info out ahead of what was coming. So, right now we failed to get over the 39.3 billion, which means we're still bearish. We still haven't got back into the rising channel, which is never good. Not being in the rising channel is bearish. Now, we do have a W reversal, and that's a bullish Gartley, and we should have continuation now that we came through here. The problem is it looks like before continuation, it's setting up for a drop somewhere around, and I'm not calling my shot by any means, but what I am saying is it looks like it's coming back down to 27.3. You ask yourself why 27.3 billion? I'll show you, and it's a very key level. Very key level. I got bit by a spider, Julie.
What kind of spider?
I don't know. Look, right when I start, what is that?
They're short.
Oh, they came?
Look how they get here.
They're like dried up.
In a clear bag.
You want to see the bite?
What kind of spider?
I don't know. It was underneath here.
Is it a jumpy?
It might have been a jumpy because it jumped onto the
He
ground.
might have got scared.
Yeah, look. Right when I started, I felt it, and then I seen him on the ground. I was hoping I didn't kill him. I moved out of the way. Stupid fly. I moved out of the way so it wouldn't, so I maybe wouldn't kill it, but I think it was underneath here. I think he hides under here. Let's see. That sweet venom indeed. Let's see.
Turn into Spider-Man.
My hand's tingling a little bit, but you know how it goes.
You'll turn into Spider-Man right before their very eyes.
I know. Spider time. So, that's what I think. We're in a very weird spot here with XRP. Just even where we're at on the market caps, it's not a very good spot. With the XRP Bitcoin pairing, also an interesting spot. And I hate using the word interesting for everything. That's my way of saying maybe not going to work out in our favor as much as we want. I'll say interesting. Still the chance at an inverse head and shoulders here, though. This is where we get the kind of gravato here. Is it trying to build something between our noses? And this is what we talked about just a second ago with XRP. Because if it does, technically, boom, 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 and then if it rolls out, is this because Bitcoin's dropping faster than XRP on a crash, and XRP doesn't have as far to go? Or is this showing us maybe a fake out if it were to pull back up? But as of right now, it's still setting up a very nice bear flag. So even if we look at any kind of positivity, it still keeps speaking this done. And then somewhere back down. I think it makes a lot of sense to come back down into the 908 level, the 908 sat level. But hey, that's just me. That's just me, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I hope I am. And it's not even wrong because I'm not making a prediction. That's the beauty of it. I'm just trying to show the range that I think we could get into. I think. But you know, nothing's ever certain. It's a pretty crazy world of crypto we live in. So, now let's go into more reading about XRP. Mike from Italy. Hey, the Titan Technical Tom. Hey, welcome in from Italy. My family's home start. My grandpa came off the boat from Italy. Got all of his family members over first. Took him like 40, almost 40, just over 40 years to do it. Was in the Italian militia. So, you know, interesting times. But he came over on the boat, and I'm second generation. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. As long as we hold 54, I'm still looking for 75. Fair. Fair. We do have that. That's a range right there, about 53.6, I believe, at current times. That definitely could be held, and then we could bounce out of as well. That's like the expansive. That's the expandable zone below the 55.3 right now. So let's go through both of this. So mega XRP whales emerge after 806 million token withdrawal. I like to know what's going on here. So XRP whales go bullish. XRP potential price impact. So XRP whales, and this is what it bothers me a little bit. The way they're XRP whales are preparing for one of the biggest price breakouts with their latest moves. These large holders are known for influencing the price movements of the Ripple-backed coin. In the latest twist, they have stunned major crypto exchanges with one of the largest token withdrawals in a single day. On Wednesday, there was a huge surge in exchange outflows from XRP. Whales withdrew more than 806 million coins in a single day, according to on-chain data from CryptoQuant. This was clearly a huge buying spree by large investors, which has the potential to inject bullish momentum into the coin. If history is any guide, rising exchange inflows or buying activity of XRP may result. No. That's backwards. If history is any guide, rising exchange inflows or buying activity, which is right, of XRP may result in a price increase in the coming days. I don't agree. I personally believe exchange outflows prove that. Because you want the outflow from the exchange into a wallet so that you can have price appreciation. Typically when a whale, because of the large sums they use, the longer they keep it on an exchange, the more likely it is to get hacked. Especially at those large sums. Maybe us a few $1,000s, it's not worth somebody's time. Imagine somebody's got a few $1 million you could hack into. Now we're talking. May result in price increase, but while it is not necessary that a price rally will come right away, such moves are considered bullish in the broader term. The XRP price already saw huge gains earlier this month, and more gains are likely in the cards over the long term. According to CoinMarketCap, XRP is currently trading at 57, and it's already dropped down from here. Whales have been actively buying the coin in huge numbers as a strong accumulation trend has emerged. Even the relative strength index RSI of XRP, currently at the 48.89, are no signs of a major sell-off as of right now. All of these signals are hinting towards a potential XRP price rally in the near future, injecting optimism in the community. Ooh. Doesn't seem right to me. That seems like a backwards analysis, but who am I to judge? Alert, 106 million XRP dumped by Ripple whale. Bearish signal or what? So Ripple whales had dumped over 106.2 million XRP tokens worth 60.55 million near a crucial support level. Despite a significant dump, XRP looks bullish and could source 10% to the 63.5 cent level in the coming days. XRP could fall to 47 cent level if XRP fails to hold the 200 EMA. Up, down, left, or right, we have no idea what they're going to say. I don't even think they know. The sentiment across the cryptocurrency market has been bearish for almost a month and looks to continue in the last 24 hours. Ripple whales seem to be dumping significant amounts of XRP tokens on centralized exchanges, SEXs including Binance, Bitso, and Bitstamp. And speaking of Binance, if you still have your money on Binance, I don't know why. After the latest catastrophe of Binance, the Palestinian people, why would you even support Binance as a whole anyhow? They literally shut off the accounts of anybody who's from Palestine or the Palestinians. They are not allowed to access their cryptocurrency as of, I believe, yesterday now, or the day before. They have shut them out, locked them out. So, if there's any question who's in control of Binance, probably the U.S. government and Germans. But, you know, that's just me. What do I know? I'm just XRP future millionaire. And I am not a financial advisor, so this is all, you know, it is what it is. I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you which way to run, which way to hide, which way to flee. Ripple whales bearish outlook or what? On August 29, 2024, the blockchain-based transaction tracker Whale Alert made a post. This is not my tablet making noise for the new ones. There's a laundromat behind us, and at the end of each working day, they press. And that was them pressing, steam pressing. The Ripple whales had dumped over 106.2 million XRP tokens worth 60.55 million. Exactly. That is the point. It's not necessarily about the Palestinians or Palestine or anything like that. It's not a political thing for me. If they can do it to them, they can do it to you in the US of A or anywhere else in the world. Period. Also, I don't like these little back channels or these back hacks that are giving access to the XRP ledger, I don't like that because of these very things. On August 29th, the blockchain-based tracker, transaction tracker, Whale Alert, made a post on X, 60.55 million of worth, and over 106 million XRP had been dumped by Ripple whales. These significant dumps occurred near a crucial support level, the 200 exponential moving average EMA at the 55-cent mark. Since July 2024, XRP, that's a little off. That occurred around the 56.6 level mark, but who am I to say? XRP has revisited this level multiple times, and each time it has experienced a price reversal. Despite this significant dump, there's speculation that it will reverse again. According to expert technical analysis, XRP is in an uptrend as it is trading above the 200 EMA. Additionally, its relative strength index RSI remains neutral, indicating that it is neither in the overbought area nor the oversold zone. I dare say it's bullish until it's not, as long as 55.3 cents doesn't break. It's amazing nobody ever talks about that in the technical analysis when I read. You notice how we never read about that? Nobody ever talks about the 6.5 year descending consolidation we're in, and right now that support resistance line's at 55.3. So as long as we're over 55.3, we're still bullish. If we're under it, it leaves a lot to be desired. At press time, Ripple XRP is trading near, it's not at 57.4 anymore. Where are we at current time? We're at 56.2. We're literally right at that. Oh boy. At press time, Ripple XRP is trading at 56.2 cents. A modest price decrease of 1.3% on the day in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, its trading volume has dropped 36.5%. Another bearish sign when we were on a rise today. The same period, this drop indicates potential fear among traders. However, XRP's open interest has remained stable in the last 24 hours with a slight upward trend in the past 4 hours. It has increased by 2%, indicating growing interest from traders amid the recent price drop. So that's that. Done. Done. Never to be read again. And now the crypto fear and greed index. Right now we're at 29 fear. Yesterday, 30 fear. Last week, 39 fear. Last month, 67 greed. We got up to 67. But last month we got as high as 74. So, and then here's your little chart. Let's see how accurate I was. Did we actually get to 74? That's not even the right month. I forgot. Let's go to the 1 month. No, the 1, oh fine, the 3 month. 74 on July 29. Interesting. Looks like a nice bear flag forming as well. That should get us down into like the low teens. If the fear and greed index is anything to be shown even on the chart here, it looks like it's building a bear flag to come down into the mid to low teen area. So extreme fear it's trying to come to. Guys, what did I tell everybody in the audience and gals? If we're going to have rate cuts, is it more likely it's a buy the rumor, sell the news, or sell the rumor and buy the news event? It's more likely it would be a sell the news, sell the rumor, buy the news event with crypto, because a rate cut would help it pump after. It shouldn't, but it will. Commodities, on the other hand, I just think that it was a sell the rumor initially, as we seen gold drop. We had B2 gold down to 273 from like 289. We had gold drop down from 2,500 and it hit our technical target 4 times now. The more times it hits it, the more likely it is that it's going to bust through. And what makes me very happy, V shape, nice bull flag, nice inverse head and shoulders pass. Oh man, everything looks good. Now if it reverses down, we can always re-examine, but right now I have a bullish feeling right now. Unless we were to lose, as I've stated, this uptrend, we are very bullish. Now I would like to get on top of this 2,526 technical area, because then we can finish the entirety of the move up to 2,616. And then what does that mean for B2 gold? It means good things. I told everybody, be careful if you were selling yesterday or the day before. I was not interested in selling. I've been very transparent. It's just not the moment for me. If I'm going to sell it, what am I going to do? Put it back into the dollar? But it pays a nice dividend, beautiful dividend. And right now, it looks like a nice That looks like a nice bullish doji candle there. It looks like a dragonfly form there beautifully. Beautifully. In the 45 even, to end the day. So, I mean, the next likelihood is we're going to come right back up to 291. It looks like a nice inverse head and shoulder or V-shaped recovery form quickly. But, you know, it's something else, though, guys. It could end up coming down to. You never quite can tell. But I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is. And by that matter, I'm willing to put my money where I feel like is in the right sector. I feel like the right sector right now is precious metals. And the right sector is commodities. I feel like what we're going to get here going forward, it's going to melt faces in a way that I don't think many are ready for when it comes to commodities. Precious metals is already... there's nothing more I can really say about it. Gold we were buying after we sold XRP in 21 at $1.66 after an average of 47-cent buy. On the way back down, we sold it after a couple rejections higher at 176 and 198. We were able to push this into gold and silver. A lot of silver and gold. And that buy was right around 1680. So, I mean, and then there was a lot more, but I mean, seeing gold at 2500 plus, seeing silver at 28, 29. We're coming up to the next level. If we break through this level without a further consolidation, it's right to 2600. Maybe more. I mean, maybe more. If we're not going to come back anymore, we've already back tested this pattern so perfectly, I can't even describe it. And with extreme volatility on the way back down. It was extreme. It had a quick drop here. 50 bucks almost on the day. 42 bucks on the day. And it just came right back out. Now it looks like we're about to go off to the races. With the looming threat of rate cuts. With this one last... The fact that it's going up while the US dollar is going up tells you how undervalued gold is on today's terms. Because the only reason gold isn't higher is because it's being depreciated by the US dollar being overinflated today. I think 102.18 to fill that gap, and then it's probably right back down. That's why we talked yesterday that it was going to come up to that gap fill. But I try to keep it all in front of us. I really, really do. 42 minutes. Holy moly. I think I stayed on track pretty good to what I wanted to do. That's excellent. It's excellent. Let's go into Bitcoin now. Let's give our due diligence in Bitcoin and Ethereum real quick. So Bitcoin looks like a classic head and shoulders here. Looks like a classic left shoulder, head, right shoulder, back down to 53,979. Sometimes I feel like a broken record, but you know, you got to be a broken record when things are still in the same ebb and flow. Looks like a bear flag was formed. Now, I can invalidate that thesis if we could come over the 200-day here in these shorter time frames. We got rejected on the 200-day, so it doesn't change my views. See, in the 2 hour, we could have changed the short-term narrative on this death cross, but we got rejected here at 61,142. This seems to point to 53,979. I'm not a magician. I can just see what's going on the charts. And you have to have the foresight to be able to predict patterns, but you use past evidence to predict future performance. It doesn't always work, but remember, I personally believe that this can come down and get a beautiful bounce off of 53,979. I believe that's a nice shakeout. Even if it comes to 48,400, which is less likely, I think that move down to 53,979 is a beautiful cup and handle. Oh, it's absolutely in effect in the daily and the weekly, 100%. It's just telling us we likely need to come down to the support now. Remember, we came to support at 48,408. It held, came back up, and now we're going to try to hold the rising channel support at 53,979. I think this is what's going to happen. And then once it hits there, that could be a major buying opportunity for Bitcoin. And we'll look at it in the same terms in a couple minutes in Ethereum as well. But I'm going to try not to bounce back and forth on assets and take the due diligence one at a time. There's not going to be anything farther out than just XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum today, and the XRP Bitcoin pairing and the XRP market cap, because this is what I had planned. And I need to keep it in a certain fashion so that we can get the most out of each of these lives, because we only have such a short amount of time together. Bitcoin in the 3 hour engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle. Death cross in the 3 hourly. Rejected at the 200. Rejected at the 20 on the last follow through. That's bearish. 2 hourly, exact same noise, And it looks like we're speaking to 53,979. Now, this is confirmed. Well, this is a further signal if we can get below 57,850 and invalidate that, what could have been double bottom. I think these are just fake outs. We didn't get enough volume. Volume predicts price. The volume right now is telling me we're not looking good. Could the volume be faking us out here and then a big surge comes in? Absolutely, but then the volume will predict the price up with the surge of volume. See how that works? So, but I think we're in a good spot with the analysis. I think as a whole we're in a good spot with the analysis. I really do. Let's see. I think that's all I really wanted to talk about with Bitcoin. I wanted to make sure to mention the cup and handle, which we did. I wanted to make sure to mention why I thought we could go down to 53,979. I did. And I wanted to make sure to talk about that area we had to break before we got there, and I did. So I think we're good with Bitcoin. Nothing looks good on that chart. It looks awful. 53,979 is a different story. At the 59,000 level, looks awful. Looks awful. Now Ethereum, 2,523. For anybody in the copy trading group, this goes out to you. This goes out for you. If you're in the copy trading group, which we have 25 people right now, we're up. We started with the $100 challenge. Right now, we're up 232%. So we have $332. Well, not everybody does. 107 likes, 109 watching. Yep, we're doing fantastic right now, Kryptonian. Fantastic on the likes. And if you're interested in copy trading, video description below, HOTCOIN. You got to download via the link. Open up an account, sign up, and send money into the futures account. And then when you do, you go into the copy trading section and type in XRP, and you'll see XRP Future MIL. So take advantage. And if you're thinking about doing it, do it now. HOTCOIN has an unbelievable once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here, because I don't ever think they'll offer this to our community again. But August 20th to September 5th, you get 20% cash back on your net deposits. It's cumulative until September 5th. And you deposit into the futures account, you can get up to $1,200. That doesn't come around very often, let me tell you. It really doesn't. And I'm only sharing this because I'm trying to achieve these same bonuses. I'm part of it as well. But if you do $100 deposited in the futures, you do one trade, you get $20. You deposit $500 into USDT, you trade $20,000 in futures, that's $100. To put it in perspective, a $500 trade at 10x is $5,000 in futures. So you need 4 trades at that amount. $1,000 USDT, you trade 50,000, you get $210 in a futures trading voucher. $50,000, that's 10x trade 5 times. $5,000, you get 200,000 in futures volume, you get $1,200. That's currently what I am attempting to do. Well, I was attempting to, but I'm on the lower levels because I'm doing my futures ones. So I can't quite do the higher ones. But I'll take the lower one. But that's a 10x trade at 5,000 4 times. Because 5,000 times 10x is $50,000 trade. So take advantage of that. But I have a question for you. Is there an opportunity to short Ethereum? We got the rejection, right? At 2,000. This is the important spot. We filled that fair value gap. In my opinion, I thought there was an FVG gap. I actually put it too high. It should have been right here. Okay, so that screwed me by putting it too high. It should have been at 2,583. It filled that out. Now, you know what? Maybe not. Maybe it should be a little bit higher. Yeah, 2,000. Oh, wow. 2,586. Wow, big deal. Anyhow, we filled that gap. And now, a pure sign for me to short it would have been coming through and not being able to hold 2,537. And then we might even be able to short it all the way down to 2,251. I'm not so sure. But the plan here would be, and it's got to be on momentary decision, because you'd have a stop loss down here. We've got this wick pullback, so we have to make sure this isn't a W reversal and we're going to get some kind of exhaustion. It should be at 2,537, maybe a little bit higher. But let's just say it's from here. Over the top, that's still 2% possibility. So you really would be, you'd be playing right now that this doesn't make a new high in this range. So you'd be putting your stop loss somewhere around 2,500 and probably it's tough right now. It's tough. Because it really is speaking to the fact that I was coming up in a rising channel as well. Like we're coming up in a rising formation. That's very bearish without the proper volume. And I didn't see the proper volume on the uptick. That's a death cross here too in the 15, 30 minute. Ooh, we pulled back through. I mean, it's almost a bear flag. The money shot here would be if the bear flag plays out and you go boom, boom, rejected, down. That's what you want. That's how you'd want to play it. You'd want to get the rejection at 2,540 area. Hello. Is he? Oh, after his feeding. I'm almost done. We're 50 minutes through this already. So what do you guys and gals think? Do you think we're going to get a rejection here? Do you think that's a good target at a short? Or do you think it needs further watch? I love talking about this stuff with the audience. I would love to know what everybody thinks. I do believe it's probably built in the nail in the coffin here as well. Because of rejection here, what I'm not saying is the pattern breakdown and then the technical drop. I've said, but the reason for it is 2,251 because you break the integrity of this pattern. And that ends up being a better than about 11% drop here. Looks like a bullish Gartley. Yeah, that's what I was, yep, you're right about that. That's what I was referring to. That's what I was referring to. But yeah, that's what we need to make sure that that's not a Gartley forming right there. I'm glad that you had the wisdom to see that. Absolutely, that's what we're trying to make sure that this is not a Gartley. I'll point to exactly what he's referring. I'm assuming this is what he's referring to. See how when it came down right here, he's referring to the fact that maybe this is a W reversal, a Gartley reversal. In fact, that's a bullish Gartley. But we'll see. We'll see. That could just be a fake out to anybody who's trying to buy right now. But Jorge, excellent eyes. You know, may I commend everybody in the audience this evening? All positivity, all good vibes. And that's not just because of me. That's because of the audience as a whole. And it makes me very happy to see the transparency this evening. It's all I ever want. I just want everybody to be flowing together and us trying to take advantage of a market in front of us. That's it. We've got to invalidate that 2,539. It's like jumping on a trampoline. The lower you go, the higher you can jump. Absolutely, the great falling. Blessed to have you in here as well. Unbelievable analysis you do. This guy's spot on. And even with us being spot on, it doesn't mean we don't lose money. Just means we make a lot more than we lose. Nothing wrong with that. Mark Caston, yes, positivity along with being in Tom's Army for 3 months plus with the XP Meteor. And Caesar, in his first month in Tom's Army with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. Oh, that's my face superimposed on that. It sure is. It sure is. Oh, the great fallen. We're all wrong plenty, believe me. You guys get to see me wrong every day in real time.
How's your finger?
Just see where it bit.
Oh, just a little.
Yeah, you can just see the fang. I squeezed out and just a little bit of liquid came out that was in there, and then it stopped swelling up. So, you know how they give that little bit of venom? But it's not much with these guys. I pushed it out and then it stopped swelling, and the tingling stopped too once I pushed it out. But yeah. So, Julie, 2 days ago, or 3 days ago on the live, the bees. Yesterday, or 2 days ago on the live, the storm. Today on the live, spider bite.
What's next?
What's next? But it's not even deterred us from our live, which is fantastic. Hey, Kryptonian, thank you so much for the $5 donation. That is going towards B2 Gold. I kid you not. I kid you not, going towards B2 Gold. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this live, everybody. If you have anything to add, I would greatly appreciate it. If anybody has anything else to say, I appreciate the positivity, and I appreciate just everybody who's been in here. Everybody who's been in here. 5,222.24 for Ethereum right now. Man, oh man, I almost want to take out a short here and just have a stop loss at 2,548. Because that's one level it would have to push past. That's a little bit rich, though. I don't really want to have it that much. I like to have it, but see, that looks like a kind of a bull flag here, though. So until that's invalidated, you know what? Why even put yourself in that position? The hell with it. Why put ourselves in that position? That's a bear flag unless it doesn't, unless it plays up. So why not just put it below the Gartley? All right, fine. So we'll look to open up a short if it breaks 2,504. And then we'll look to short it initially down to, if it plays out, 2,435. That's a small move. But down a 10x trade, that's about 27%. That's definitely something I'm looking at right now. So speak now or forever hold your peace on that positioning. Oh, it looks like I'm going to have to hold my peace. No. It'll stay around this range until 8 o'clock. I'm not worried. It might even come higher than, we might even get a chance right at that level that I'm talking about. But you got time to decide this, folks. It's not just going to happen. We got an hour still until the close. So it's going to make some noise here in between, up and down, left and right. XRP before we go. We've got about 4 minutes left. Interesting. Perfect amount of time. XRP is below 50 or below 56 cents. We cannot be surprised here in this community, mainly because I've been talking about it nonstop. We got a bear flag formed here now. A breach under 55.3 leads us to a technical target of 49.4. And that technical target's established with the loss of 56.6 pattern formation. But you get that confirmation of the signal if you lose 55. Let's see in real time exactly what this is. 55.4 cents. So we're getting close. We're getting pretty close. Oh yeah, it's making lower lows in real time for XRP as well, which... And we're making lower highs. Lower highs and lower lows. I'm thinking we're going to get a wick down for sure. And it doesn't mean 49.6 is the end. It just means that's the first technical target. And then it could be worse if we lose that. If we lose 49.68 cents, the technical target after that would be to come down to the cup and handle support, which is at, where the heck did my handle support go down here? Oh, the handle support is all the way down. Where is my, let's move this over here. If you lose 49.4, your technical next support is the cup and handle support at 42.2 cents. So I think that was a fantastic rendition. We've done a fantastic rundown. I thank everybody for tuning in this evening. Make sure to hit that like button so YouTube does recommend this update. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, more than anybody could ever even imagine. If you do appreciate my work, consider sending one YouTube super chat or joining Tom's Army here as we get to the end of the month here. Believe it or not, we're almost to the next Ripple 1 billion escrow dump of XRP on the 1st of each month. I can't believe we're already going into September. This month is, or this year is going so fast. And it's just like the days go by on just an ever-increasing scale here. So make sure to stay positive. Make sure to pay attention to the price analysis. If XRP breaks 55.3 cents, we've broken down the 6.5-year resistance support line right now. And it would have been a failed measure. That would lead us down to about 49.6 if it plays true. And then if that doesn't hold, we'd go down to 42.2, which is the cup and handle support. For Bitcoin, and if we were to get over, if we go in the bullish direction, let's say XRP does get hot and we get over 58 cents first level, it could open up the door to that 63 cent area roughly. Or the 62.2, let's be honest. The rising channel resistance and the cup and handle resistance meets right there. And then with Bitcoin, see what we talked about with Ethereum, we should be able to come back up to that area we just talked about at some point here before the close. So, okay, let's just see how that plays out. You're going to have to do that in your own time. But But Bitcoin, if it does fall, I still think, in my gut, I still think that 53,979 area roughly is where Bitcoin's trying to go. I really, really do. So we'll see if it does play out that way. It may not, but I really do think that that's what it's trying to play out in. Thank you all so much. I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. You have no idea. And thank you for helping me put the power